Good afternoon, everybody. It's so cool to have so many of you here today. Really happy for 2 p.m. every day, and I hope you guys are as well. It's epic to see you. It's epic to work with you. And something really special today. Today is actually National Numeracy Day. So what better way, guys, to celebrate National Numeracy Day than to actually do some maths. So really cool to have you there, ready for doing some bad boys. Can't wait to get going. Just before we kick off, I've got a little favor for you. I need you guys to do me a little favor, all right? You guys are right. This is actually lesson 15. I made a mistake on the naming of it, so sorry about that. Just need a little favor. Me, the guys at Hegarty Maths and over at Sparks, we've been working really hard on a new system called Numerize.com. Mr. Arnold's going to post the link. This is free for students moving from primary to secondary school, and it's our gift to the world on National Numeracy Day. So it's helping maybe your younger brothers or sisters out. So if Mr. Arnold posts that there, if you guys would share that out on your Twitter, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, it would really help us out, because we're trying to get the word out and help kids, not just you guys at year 11, but we're trying to work hard to do something for those kids in between year 6 and year 7. So tweet that out, share it out, and Mr. Arnold's also going to post my Twitter. If you could like that, that'd be ace. That's our gift to the world on National Numeracy Day, as well as us working with you. So nice one, people. Mr. Arnold's just posted it there, www.numerize.com. Do share. So, you guys are epic. I love 2 o'clocks every day. We're doing some exponential equations, our second lesson on that. Every single question today is a bad boy. Every single question today is an exam standard question. All right? Shall we kick off? Remember, your brain and your attention. Your brain is the best part of you, and invest in your brain is the way to invest in your future. So be attentive, and you can do it. Pen and paper, write stuff down. No racing through, no calculator, no trick methods. The tweets you guys have been sending me with your bookwork, I can't tell you the joy that brings me every day before, when I end this. I love seeing that. Keep it up. And also can-do attitude. So, for the benefit of National Numeracy Day, let's deal with those bad boys. Here we go. First question of the day. Bit like what we're doing yesterday, just all exam standard and some tricky ones. Last one, nasty. Here we go. First one, not too bad. Find the value of x if 3 to the power of x is equal to the cube root of 81. From what we've done in the past, you need to remember that the cube root of any number is like that number to the power of a third. You've got to remember that. That's a little factoid that we need to remember, right? So, we're trying to solve 3 to the power of x is equal to the cube root of 81. In order to solve this, our little trick yesterday was to try and make everything in the same base, so base 3. So write that 81 as 81 to the power of a third, using what I just said here, but convert that 81 bad boy into a power of 3. And hopefully you guys know that we can replace 81 with 3 to the power of 4, because 3 times 3 times 3 times another 3 is 81. Keep that third there. And remember, this simplifies 3 to the 4 to the third. That simplifies to 3 to the 4 multiplied by a third, and tidies up as 3 to the 4 thirds. Now, if you've written this nice and neatly like I've done, you therefore know that 3 to the x is equal to 3 to the 4 thirds. You've got a base of 3 the same in each case, and therefore those exponent bad boys must be equal, and you can state as your answer x is equal to 4 thirds. So warm up, bit like yesterday, just using roots going on. I don't think we did that yesterday, so just bringing that in, keeping it nice and straightforward. Was an exam question, but we're going to get more difficult as we go through. Here you go, guys. Let's bring your big brains to this problem. Here we go. If you can hear crying in the background, my little one has woken up from her sleep. I'm so sorry, but my wife is here to help, so we should be okay. I'm really sorry if you hear a bit of crying in the background. My little one's not had a good night's sleep. Sorry about that. So, a load of you got the answers. X is equal to 5/4. Wow, Victoria, Lois, Esther, Brandon, Praveen, Matthew, Daniel. Let's see what I got this morning. Happy days. I also got X is equal to 5/4. 5/4. Lovely to see you guys left it generally as fractions. Someone wrote 1.25. Look, happy days with 1.25, but in A level, we tend to leave our answer as a fraction. All right? So, really proud of you guys starting off this session. Next one, tiny bit more difficult. So here we go. Next one. Find the value of X if 5 to the power of 2x is the square root of 125. Remember, simplify your answer for x. So we're going to say 5 to the power of 2x is equal to the square root of 125. And you need to know that the square root of any number can also be written of that number to the power of a half. That's a key little factoid that you need to remember from all our past week's work. So keep that 5 to the power of 2x there. That's equal, therefore, to 125 to the power of a half. And in order to solve these problems, you try and make the base the same. So 5 seems a good number. Let's convert 125 into a power of 5. We can write that as 5 cubed, can't we? And all of that to the power of a half. So what I'm doing there is I'm just replacing 125 with 5 cubed. Then what we've got is we can simplify this to 5 to the power of 3 multiplied by a half, which goes to 5 to the 3 over 2. And we've got 5 to the 2x is equal to 5 to the 3 over 2. So the 5s are the same, loving life. Therefore, these exponents must be equal. So you can state that 2x is equal to 3 over 2, which is absolutely great. But that's not good enough. You've got to find x. So you divide both sides by 2. And this is where some people get a little bit caught out. X is therefore equal to 3 over 4. Now, let me just explain to you why. 3 over 2 divided by 2 is the same thing as, or 2 over 1, you can write it, as 3 over 2 multiplied by a half. Because dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal, which gives us the 3/4, which is why I got x is 3 over 4. Those fraction bad boys and these solving linear equations, they come up over and over again in A level. They'll just be in the middle of a question, at the start of a question, in a part C of a question. Back in the day, in the GCSE day, this would be like a significant question where you get a few marks for. Now at A level, they're just assumed that you can work those out really quickly. So you've got to be really good at your arithmetic with fractions. Someone said keep, flip, change. You could look, that's not the way I remember it, but I know that that's a good mnemonic as well. Okay, so we got x is 3/4. Time for you guys. Over to you. Be careful of your fractions and write your workings. Do you know what? Like, you guys bring great joy at 2 o'clock every day. It really is nice to see us doing some maths, you guys writing some maths down, you tweeting your notebooks, you getting some answers in the chat. I'm really proud of you guys. I'm really, really proud. So a lot of you got x is 3/8. I honestly don't remember what I got when I did it this morning. Here we go. One day it will happen that I get a different answer to you guys and I'll freak out because I've made a mistake. 3/8. I got x is equal to 3/8 as well. Loving it. Loving it. Someone did a nice little poem there. What is it? Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't remember what I saw. It's got roses are red, violets are blue. Watch out for the bad boys. Mr. Hegarty's coming for you. And so are all you guys. All 500 of you in the chat. We deal with those bad boys as they come. Okay, we're going to do another one now. I want you to brace yourselves. This one is tricky. I'm not going to lie to you. It's tricky. In fact, just before I show it to you, I need you to remember 2 rules. If I had something like 1 over a number, you've got to know that that number is the same as that number to the -1. You've got to know that, all right? That's the one we're kind of dealing with. So here we go. This one's tricky. Right. Lot going on here. Find x if 3 to the power of 2x is 1 over the square root of 243. So you might look at that and just get an immediate headache, right? Because it's pretty complicated. But we've got our wits about us. We can do this stuff. You just got to break things down. Not try and save the world in one go. Just do what you can step by step. I always write the question down. Makes me feel like I've achieved something. And then gives me thinking time as well, by the way. So while I was doing that, I was thinking, look, wouldn't it be ace if we could make everything to the power, like have a base of 3? Also, wouldn't it be great if I could get rid of that square root and write it in index notation? And I've got 1 over here, so I'm thinking there's a negative power going on. All this stuff's going into my head, but I don't try and solve the world's problems in one go. I write 1 over 243 to the half. That's how I start, because I know square root can be replaced with a half. And then what I do is I say to myself, well, hold on a second. I can write 243 as a power of 3. Because 3 to the power of, I can't remember now, is it 5, is equal to 243. Because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, times 3 is 243. So I'm going to write 1 over 3 to the power of 5, all to the half. And that simplifies to 1 over 3 to the power of 5 over 2. Now, I'm very nearly there, but I'd like to write the 3 as a base itself. So I could change this into 3 to the power of -5 over 2. It's really important you've got your wits about you and you can do this type of stuff because, as I said earlier, we're using that rule there. Okay? Now, this is where the magic happens. Because we've sorted it so that the 3's are the same base, therefore the exponents must be equal to each other. So this is where we get into nearly getting the answer. Therefore, 2x is equal to -5 over 2. Dividing both sides by 2, x is equal to -5 over 4. If you want my working on that, -5 over 2 divided by 2 is the same as -5 over 2 times a half, which top times top is negative. 5 times 1 is 5, and 2 times 2 is 4. Don't forget, a negative times a positive is overall a negative. Happy days, we have our answer. You would be expected to do this sort of stuff without a calculator, so good question there. So hope that was okay for you. Square root on the go, 1 over on the go, so you end up with negative to fractional powers. Lot going on. Believe in you guys. Over to you. Exam standard question. Over to you. Matthew, if I forgot to put the PDF on yesterday, I'll put it on at the end of the session. Sorry if I've forgotten. And Mr. Arnold will post a link to the playlist with all the lessons. I'll just do a bit of admin at the end, bit of housekeeping. Sorry about that. Woo, we're getting some answers here. We're getting a lot of good answers. X is equal to -5/6. 5/6, a lot of people are getting. Okay, I don't remember what I got. Let's have a look. Ooh, yeah, I got it too. X is equal to negative 5, 6. X is equal to negative 5, 6. Really, really good. Now, remember, I always like saying this in the middle of the session, all these lessons are recorded on the Hegarty Maths YouTube channel. I'm never going to take them down, never going to hide them from you. You can go back, you can rewatch. You can put me on 0.5, although you mightn't want to because I sound like this when you do that. But you can slow me down, you can rewatch, you can redo those PDFs. If you're a bit struggling, it's okay. Struggling's quite good. That's how you learn. That's how you make improvements in your life. Don't beat yourself up. We've all struggled with material. So don't feel under pressure if other people are getting it and you're not. You can get it. You just might need a little bit more time. Oh, someone's already finished their first notebook from the live lessons. Absolutely loving it. You've got to tweet that one out to me later. I can't wait to see that. A big book full of maths from all our live lessons. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Exactly. Now, next question of the day. We're halfway through. We've done 3. The last 3, I'm telling you, they're tricky. I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. The last few are tricky. I'm going to skip the next one. I'm going to go straight to the next one after that. The next one's a bit like the one we've done. I just want to make sure we've got enough time for the hardest bad boys we've seen in a long time, right? So we need a bit more time. I don't want to skip the hardest ones. I want to make sure we cover them. Big deep breath. Let's go. Here we go. Ooh, right. Find the value of x if 3 to the power of 7x plus 4 is equal to 27 over the cube root of 81. Ishk, give your answer in simplest form. Right, I did this morning, even I'm taking a deep breath here. Same trick as always. I write the question down. Give myself breathing time, stop myself stressing out and panicking, give me time to think. I'm not going to save the world in one go. I'm going to just do what I can. The rule of this game is try and make everything have the same power. The same base. I'm going to use 3. So I'm going to convert this 27 bad boy into a power of 3. I'm going to convert this 81 bad boy into a power of 3. Going to deal with the cube root later. All right. So I'm going to write the 27 as 3 cubed. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And I'm going to write that 81 as 3 to the power of 4. But what I'm not going to forget is that cube root. That cube root there. Not going to forget that. I'm going to leave the 3 cubed alone. And on the denominator, I need to remember that the cube root of any number is the same as that number to the power of a third. That's a rule. That's a factoid we need to remember from our prior learning. I'm going to bring that factoid into the game here. I've got my 3 to the power of 4. And I'm going to replace the cube root of 3 by to the power of a third. So I've got 3 to the power of 3 over 3 to the 4 to the third is 3 to the 4 times a third, which is 3 to the 4 thirds. And using our division rule, remember a number a to the n over a to the m, we can write that as a to the n subtract m, right? When you're dividing and the base is the same, you can subtract the exponents. So this simplifies to 3 to the 3 take away 4 thirds. All this you've got to do in your head, you've got to do with workings. I'm going to do little workings here. What is 3 take away 4 thirds? Well, I like writing 3 as 3 over 1. When you're adding or subtracting fractions, make the denominators the same. So make them both be 3 times the top here by 3, the bottom by 3. I get 9 over 3, take away 4 over 3, which gives me 5 over 3. Oh, 5 over 3, not 5 over 4. 5 over 3. See? Even I can make mistakes, easy to make. And therefore, you get yourself the answer 3 to the power of 5 thirds. But you know what? I'm sorry to tell you, we are not done here. And I haven't even given us enough space for our working, unfortunately. This is why I said this stuff's difficult. Because we have the 3's the same. Therefore, the exponents must be the same. So what you've got, I'm just going to do it in a different coloured pen here. You've got 7x add 4 is therefore equal to 5 thirds. So you've got to solve for x. You take 4 off both sides. 7x is therefore 5 thirds take away 4. If you want me to do the workings, 5 thirds take away 4, or 4 over 1, is the same as 5/3. Make the denominators both 3, times by 3, times by 3. Take away 12 over 3, and I get negative 7 over 3. So 7x is equal to negative 7 over 3. And I've completely run out of space here. So this is my bad. This just shows how hard this question was. If you have 7x is negative 7 over 3, x is negative 7 over 3 divided by 7. Or negative 7 over 3 times a 7th. And the 7s would naturally cancel, and you would get x is negative a third. Eesh. Someone said how many marks? A lot. Okay. Ooh. Why is it tricky? Same old rule, convert to powers of 3. You got a lot of taking away fractions on the go. Then you've got quite a nasty little linear equation to solve with fractions. Again, can't stress enough, arithmetic with fractions vital, and being able to do it without a calculator vital. Ishq. So I don't know how many marks, maybe 3 on this sort of one. Is tricky, no doubt about it. Not for the faint-hearted. Okay, it's over to you. Genuine bad boy, no mucking about. Give yourself plenty of paper, because to defeat this bad boy, we're going to need a lot of ink and a lot of paper. Here we go. Eleanor Grace, don't worry. It takes me ages to write it all down. Do not worry. I wouldn't be the quickest at answering these. Stick with your methodology. Writing it down is the key to success. I believe in that. Don't feel stressed about it. Do not. Respect. Okay, we're getting some answers here, and we're getting a lot of the same ones. Emmanuel, love what Emmanuel wrote. I'm gonna make sure I write Emmanuel's name down. So a lot of you got negative 5 over 4. I've put all the working there. I've even done better working than I did in the example before, because I wrote it neater. Emmanuel wrote negative 15 over 12. Emmanuel, all you didn't do yet is simplify it, because you can divide top and bottom here by 3 and get negative 5 over 4, because the question said give your answer in simplest form. So big up, Emmanuel, for getting the right answer and the right working. You did all the hard stuff. Just remember simplest form at the end. Tiny little point. Well done, though, Emmanuel. Eleanor Grace, this question could take like 5-10 minutes. It's difficult to tell. It takes me a long time. Some people are speeding through. Don't worry. I promise you, I'd much rather you take your time, show your workings. Maybe you don't finish it all in the live lessons and you have to go and watch it when it goes into recording after. Respect. Don't worry. Okay, last thing I want to point out before we do the last question. You see how I showed the workings here all scrambled over the page? Don't do that. You go down the page. Don't do what I did there. I just ran out of space. I can't keep going down the page because I'm limited on a computer. So don't do what I did there. Go down nice and neat like I showed in your turn. Shout out to Anime. So here we go. Last question of the day. Well, there's nothing to say. Let's just go for it. Here we go. Find the value of x if 2 to the power of 3x is 0.125 to the power of 2x plus 1. Right. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to write this down. Give me thinking time. That's what I need. I'm not in a rush. This isn't a race. This isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. Yeah. It's about being consistent, knowing what you're doing, having good methodology, being able to think. So, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, do you know what, right? I can't solve these problems unless the base number's the same. I like the 2 there. I don't like this 0.125 nonsense. I don't like it. I'm going to get rid of it. Can I replace it with a power of 2? You kind of got to know this one, right? So some of your decimals, your really important decimals, I don't know if you guys know this, but do you know that 0.125 is 1 over 8, an eighth? You got to know it. You got to just know these. You got to know that 0.25 is a quarter, 0.2 is a fifth, that type of stuff. But if you were to convert this into a power of 2, an eighth is 1 over 2 cubed. Like, all I've done there is replace that 8, which I don't like, with a power of 2. And I can write this in a single power as 2 to the negative 3, because 1 over 2 cubed is the same as 2 to the negative 3. So this nice little bad boy here, this decimal that I'm like getting all stressed out about, I can just think to myself, forget that. I'm not going to, you can't stress me out. I can replace you. I can sub you. I can get you out of the game. And I'm going to put a 2 to the negative 3 in your place because I can handle 2 to the negative 3s. But whatever you do, don't forget the 2x plus 1. Don't forget that one. So life's looking a bit rosier here. 2 to the power of negative 3 to the power of 2x plus 1. I can just times these powers, multiply these powers. So that's 2 to the power of negative 3 multiplied by bracket 2x plus 1. So I found that 2 to the 3x is equal to 2 to the negative 3 brackets 2x plus 1. Do you know what? I'm in happy days here. I've made the base the same on both sides. Therefore, the exponents must be equal. So this is really happy days for me. I got there pretty quick if you know this factoid here. So therefore, 3x must be equal to negative 3, 2x add 1. Then you've got to solve this equation. There's many ways of doing it. You could expand that out. I'd probably divide both sides by 3 to start with. That's what I'd probably do. I'd probably divide both sides by 3. Then what I'd get that x on this side is equal to negative 1. I'm going to put that hidden 1 in there. 2x add 1. Expand the bracket on the right hand side, just times everything by negative 1. X is negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. Negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. If you're solving for x, get all those x bad boys onto the same side. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides to get rid of that negative 2x. So I get 3x is therefore equal to negative 1. And I divide both sides finally by 3 to get myself 1x. And I find myself with the answer x is negative 1 over 3 or negative 1/3. Okay. Well done, Manira. Good to see your notes. Would like you to tweet them. Would love to see those notes on Twitter after the end of the session. Okay, this was tricky. So we're it's time for you to finish the session on your turn. I've stuck a nasty little decimal in your side. See if you know how to convert that into a fraction. That's the key to this puzzle. Off you go. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. Like, I just think it's ace that so many of you can do that question. And even those who are struggling, it's absolutely fine, because I'm not sure if I was your age, I'd get this first off, right? So I don't actually, to be fair, I shouldn't praise you before I check if you got the right answer. I can't remember if I got the same. It's just so many of you got it. Oh yeah. I got x is equal to negative a half as well. So many of you got that. So these PDFs, we will post them on the channel afterwards. It's really important you go back over the my turn or your turn. And we've also written you some extra questions. You've got to do this. If you don't consolidate and just expect the live lessons enough, it's not. You've got to redo the live lesson and go and practice a bit more on your own, in peace and quiet, in your own head. That's when you know you've totally got it. Next thing I want to say is, proud of you guys. We'll return tomorrow. Please, can I ask you a favor? In the live chat, can you just say shared numerize on social media? Just so I know how many of you guys did it. Just say shared numerize on social media, sir, and Mr. Arnold will repost the link. Mr. Arnold, could you repost the link to numerize? I just want you guys to just please do that for me. It will really help us out. It'll help us reach those younger kids who are struggling. You know, there's not a live lesson for them at the moment. I can't do a live lesson for them and you at the moment, but I think Numerize will help. So just in the chat, just write shared Numerize on social media. So tweet it, Instagram it, TikTok it. I don't even know about TikTok anymore, but please, guys, if you guys do that for me, that would help us out a lot. Just get the word out there. You guys are legends. I love 2 o'clock. You guys bring a lot of joy into me and Mr. Arnold's life. We love this bit of banter that you guys have got. Really proud of you. We're going to do some more bad boys tomorrow. We did proper exam standards today, guys. Remember that. Do not forget that we made this very, very difficult today. So proud of yourself. Okay, I am going to shoot. I want to see my little one, see why she was crying. And take care of yourself. Proud of you. And see you later. All right. But TikTok it. Good shout. TikTok it. TikTokNumerize.com. Numerize, Abby, it's always gonna be it's free for those transition kids. Other kids, there might be a paid for service in the future, but it won't be like that much. But there will be in the future. You've got to pay for development costs and this, that. But that transition course for those younger kids, we're going to try and help kids out and keep that free for as long as we can. Like, share, and subscribe before you go. All right, take care, everyone. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye.